It's a message from God. It's a prophecy. God says, I will release worth to my church. Are you here? And how God will do it, it will make people begin to fear. To say, you know what? There is God. So when we speak certain things, we don't speak them as a preaching. We tell you the days and the moments where we are in. I told you about the war in Russia. And I told you the war in Israel. What does it mean to the church? So hearing the message now, God is saying that it's a moment when the church must get ready because there's going to be worth transfer to the church. And the reason why God will do this is because he wants his people to take over what belongs to them. So many things are not in the hands of the rightful owners. And time has come. It's not for you. It is for God's glory. The Bible says the whole world is waiting for the manifestation. The whole creation. The whole creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. The whole creation. All creation. The Bible says it is in pain, crying for redemption. When shall God's people take over us? Imagine the Bible says that. It says the creation is in deep pain, crying. When shall God's people, shall God's sons take over us? Because it's the hands of corrupt people. God is in the hands of wrong people, diamonds. And they're all crying. When shall? The Bible says they're crying for redemption. So when you get over this diamonds and gold and money, it's actually redemption. They feel delivered if they come in your hands. So what we're doing now, we are delivering them. Somebody say, I hear you, prophet. I hear you, prophet. In Romans 8, verse 19, the Bible says, for the earnest expectation of the creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of God. King James Version. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of God. It says the creation is waiting. When shall God's people manifest? When shall they be revealed? Now let's read the following verse. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered. NIV, hear this statement. It says what? That the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage. In King James Version, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the what? Glorious liberty of the children of God. So the land that you see in the streets is supposed to go to God's people. Now, this was a prediction, a prophecy of the future. What shall happen in the latter days? It says, and even the creation shall be liberated. Shall go to God's people. And the Bible says the creation is crying. When shall we be liberated? As long as you do nothing about it, you just be saying, oh, hey, people who don't even pray, they're doing well. What are you talking about? We need to get it back. Do you know what happened with Isaac? The Bible says that all the wells, his father had wells. Maybe you may not understand this, but for a person from Botswana who understands this, to have a well of water in Botswana is a big testimony. So Abraham had wells of water. And the Philistines took with them. And when they took the wells of water, which his father, Abraham, had, he had nothing. And the Bible says, and I want you to hear this statement. The Bible says, because he had nothing, he had no power. Are you understanding what I'm telling you? Because he had nothing, he had what? No power. He could not even confront those people to say, I need the wells of my father. But the Bible says when God spoke to him, that there shall be wealthy transfer. The Bible says in Genesis 26, from verse 1, when there was drought, and God said, don't worry, you don't have to go to Egypt. Stay in the same place. Plant in the same place, and you shall become great in the same place. And the Bible says he planted in the same place where there was drought, harvested 100-fold, same year, for the Lord was with him. And then the Bible says, and he became worthy. Extremely worthy in verse 13 of from verse 12 to 13 of chapter 26. He became worthy, extremely worthy. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. In NIV, the man became rich. And his wealth continued to grow until he became very wealthy. Are you understanding this statement? It's a wealth transfer. Now what happened? If you read from that chapter, now that he has resources, he went to confront people who took the wells of his father. Now you should read it. And he took back all the wells which his father had given him. Even the enemy who was fighting him, the Bible says, went to him and begged him to be a partner. These are men that Isaac was scared of. But because now he has money, they are scared of him. And they said, you have become more, can you imagine? They told him, they said, you have become more powerful than us. They said, make a covenant that you will not attack us. Money. You know what Psalms 20 says? It says, let's go to Psalms 20. It says, when God gives you a breakthrough, he says, this is what will happen to us. May he send you help from the sanctuary and grant you support. Wait a minute. Let's just go to NLT. Okay, I want to see here. The Bible says, may he send you help from his sanctuary and strengthen you from Jerusalem. And in verse 3, I love verse 3. It says, may he remember all your gifts and look favorably on your burnt offerings. Interlude. Verse 4. May he grant your heart's desires and make all your plans succeed. What is this? Let's continue reading. May we, that's what we are looking for. May we shout for joy when we hear of your victory and raise a victory banner in the name of our God. May the Lord answer all your prayers. Now, can you imagine this? When we shall hear what God has done in your life, it says, may we rejoice, shout for joy when we hear what God has done for you.